Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Coin Friends. Today we're diving deep into one of the most iconic early coins of the modern United Arab Emirates, the one Dirham, dated 1973, Islamic year 1393. If you've found one in a change drawer, inherited a collection, or just love golf numismatics, this episode is for you. Over the next 40 minutes I'll walk you through everything you need to know: the coin's origin and context, its design and who produced it, the mintage story and variants to watch for, practical tips on grading and conservation, how dealers value examples today, how to spot fakes, buying and selling channels, and real tips to help you maximize value. Stick around to the end for a checklist you can screenshot and use next time you evaluate a dirham. Let's get started. To understand any coin's value, start with history. The year 1973 is only 2 years after the UAE formed as a federation. 1971 and 1393 ties it to the Islamic calendar tradition used on many coins in the region. This one dirham comes from an era when the UAE was transitioning from local transactional tokens and varied regional currencies to a unified national currency, a symbolic moment. That context makes early dirhams interesting to historians and collectors alike. They represent not only metal and design, but identity and the birth of a nation's monetary system. When you handle this coin, remember you're holding a piece of early federal UAE history. Visuals to show here: archival photos of UAE in early 1970s, first bank kiosks, and close-ups of the coin alongside contemporary issues. Next, break down the design, describe obverse and reverse in detail, the inscriptions in Arabic, any central emblem or national motif, the edge style, read it plain or lettered, diameter and thickness, and metal composition, what metals or plating it uses. Talk about the visual symbolism, for example, national motifs, date placements, Gregorian versus Hydri, and calligraphic style. Show macro shots of the coin's high points, lettering, mint marks if any, and patina. Take time to explain how wear changes legibility of dates and how that affects collector grades. Mention that slight design variations can exist between early strikes and later restrikes. These small differences are often where value hides. Who struck these early dirhams? Walk the viewer through typical producers for Gulf currencies in that era. European minting houses often contracted for Middle Eastern states, and explain how those contracts produce slight stylistic differences, sometimes visible in lettering thickness, die breaks, or rim height. Discuss recorded mintage numbers in general terms and the concept of surviving population. How many examples remain in collectible condition and why. Circulated versus uncirculated populations change market dynamics. Explain variants collectors chase. Die varieties, small date versus large date, proof strikes, and any commemorative edge or test strikes. If you don't have a specific mint mark on the piece, explain how to check for subtle markers and what they might mean. Grading makes or breaks value. Explain the core grading levels: good G, fine F, very fine VF, extremely fine XF. About uncirculated O and mint state. MS in plain language with visual cues for each: how much of the lettering is readable, how much luster remains, and where contact marks show up. Emphasize the importance of the coins, fields, and devices. The flat background versus raised design, clean fields and crisp devices command premium prices. Give practical tips. Use a loop, avoid cleaning, photograph in natural light, and take consistent distance shots for online listings. Mention third-party grading by reputable companies. They lend liquidity but cost money, and when it's worth submitting a coin for certification. Now approach the question everyone asks: how much is it worth? Provide careful conservative guidance. Explain that prices depend on grade, rarity of any specific variety, and market demand, rather than promise specific dollar amounts which change over time. Give a structured way to think about value. Common circulated examples sell for low-tier collector prices. Lightly worn XFRO examples command higher premiums. True mint state or rare die varieties are where serious money appears. Explain how provenance, original packaging, or being part of a historically documented hoard can boost value. Offer an action plan. Check recent auction records filtered by grade and date. Compare listings on several platforms and get a local dealer's appraisal for a reality check. Remind viewers to factor in beer, seller fees, and shipping when calculating net value. Counterfeits exist in every collectible market. Walk viewers through red flags: incorrect weight and diameter, off font, lettering mismatch, patina overly sharp, detail inconsistent with known minting technology of the time, or suspiciously low-resolution photos on sale listings. Demonstrate quick at-home tests that don't damage the coin. Weighing diameter magnet test if the genuine coin is non-magnetic and why. Heavy or acidic cleaning ruins collector value. Talk about the role of professional authentication for high-value coins and how to pick a trustworthy expert, for example those who will provide a written opinion and are recognized by numismatic bodies. Offer practical marketplaces and resource pathways. Local coin shops, regional numismatic societies, reputable online auction houses, specialist forums and collector groups, and social platforms where regional collectors gather. Stress due diligence. Prefer sellers with detailed photos, transparent return policies, and verifiable feedback. Recommend trusted references, price guides, catalogs for Gulf coins and academic papers, and explain how auction archives are often the best source to determine recent realized prices. Also highlight the value of joining a collector club. You'll learn faster, meet potential buyers, and sometimes access group buys or consignment opportunities. A quick practical tutorial: how to store dirham safely. Inert coin flips, acid-free holders or capsules for display. Avoid PVC materials which can leach and damage surfaces. Keep coins out of humid basements and away from drastic temperature swings. If you're refilming the coin, your likely use case suggest using angled soft lighting, a clean neutral background, and macro lenses for fine detail. Never polish or chemically clean even if the coin looks dirty. Cleaning usually removes original surfaces and slashes resale value. Wrap up with a clear checklist. Viewers can screenshot 1. Verify date and inscriptions. 2. Measure and weigh. 3. Photo document obverse, reverse, edge. 4. Assess grade using the visual cues earlier. 5. Check auction archives for comparable sales. 6. Consider professional grading for high-value examples. 7. Use secure marketplaces and get written receipts. Close with a friendly CTA. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I post detailed coin guides and auction breakdowns every week. Ask viewers to drop a photo of their dirham in the comments or DM for a quick look and promise a future video covering real auction case studies if there's interest. Thank them for watching. Remind them that collector markets change, so keep learning and invite them to join the community.